What is going, nigga? We back at it again with some more Beyond Dragon Ball Super Return of the Fallen Gods. You know what I'm saying? Look, this boy Reno stood on business. You know what I'm saying? He blew our boy Goku's back out. Ugh, not good. He ain't get to show him Ultra Instinct. God damn. Cause granted, I don't know how much of a difference that would make. You know what I mean? Cause we didn't see how good. Because it was supposed to go Ultra Instinct against Beerus, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they're training and whatnot, so we gotta see how effective it is against Beerus, you know what I mean? Then we won't see go toe to toe with Reno, you know. Damn. But low key, he did set himself up. Super Saiyan 3 out the gate was a dumb move, bro. I ain't gonna hide. I ain't gonna lie, Goku. That was a dumbass move, big dog. Super Saiyan 3, ugh. Beat. Fuck, did my PlayStation code on? What the fuck? That surprised the hell out of me. Now look at my controller, but no. Or not? There it is. There it is. But anyway, yeah. So I guess now we're going on with the exhibition. You know what I'm saying? So, Bestie, where you at, Vegeta? We know we need you right quick. Cut off. I don't know why the hell you cut on in the first place. But anyway, give it up with a like, man. Comment down below and subscribe. Road to 3K. So you're not subscribed, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the bell. You know what I'm saying? Fireball on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channels. Look in the description down below. So many things are happening in the month of October. It's crazy and I love it. Oh my god. Probably boy Alex, man, get bro to 2 million. That one didn't play with me. Haters. Anyway, let's go. And I just saw before we get some Dragon Ball news in December. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. They're gonna announce like the new the next chapter in the manga or some shit or movie or whatever. We'll see. But anyway, let's go.
As our story now continues, following the initial battle involving
Big horn ass, man.
13's God of Destruction Rino and Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Damn, put my man back out, bro.
God of Destruction now being shown having to address Beerus, it was only as he was now shown having to do so where Rino then went on to respond.
I wonder if he's going based off of like the manga of Super and not like the anime. Because in the anime, they portraying Beerus as strong, like still like that nigga type shit. You know what I mean? Y'all remember how far, you know, was it the Goku Black arc? Or was it Moro when he still sunned Vegeta so easily, bro? Muffed that nigga to the ground. Crazy. Yeah, I think it was Moro because perfected blue. Yeah, and he still sunned them niggas. Well, some Vegeta anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
And here you call this your champion, Beerus?
You didn't get the flex shit, bro.
2 minutes against me, and yet this is who you want to put your faith in to represent you. You've lost your mind, Destroyer, and you might want to find another mortal champion to fight for you because he's not going anywhere, Reno continues. And I hope you know that once my universe clears right through your fragile fighters, then that's when I'll go and clear right through you. Or do you still believe that you have the ability to use Ultra Instinct against me like how you assumed you could before and lost? With Beerus responding,
things have changed, nigga.
To me that nothing's changed since you and those other universes were erased, because you are just as arrogant as you were when we battled once before, Beerus continues. There was still one more level of power that the mortal was about to show you, and you beat him down and broke him in two before he had
blew his back out, bro.
Reno. And even though it may have been millions of years since you and I have battled, I haven't forgotten about how to throw you off your game and get the better of you, Destroyer. So there is no need to continue to engage with the Saiyan. With Reno then responding, you mean like how you thought that this puny little creature who is lying broken behind
he talking
me was
mad shit,
the
bro.
same thing? You truly have lost your ways, and your careless nature by having such mortals on a divine rock such as this goes as far as to show for it, Beerus. Don't lie to yourself. mortals are but fleeting moments in time, easily erased and easily dealt with just like him. And unless you plan on drawing forth stronger mortals to face mine, then you are as good as doomed.
I wonder who he got in his universe, man.
With Beerus then responding, you know what I think, Reno? I think that you are in way over your head here against my universe, and the fact that you clearly don't know who or what you're dealing with here speaks volumes on how long it's been since your glory in Universe 13. Oh, is that a threat, Destroyer? And so what if it was? Beerus went on to then question. If you feel so strongly about your superiority over me and my universe, then why don't you allow for this Saiyan to use his reserve? Why? Reno questions. Because I've seen all that I needed to see that comes from him, Beerus.
No, you
Just
didn't.
So you know, you are very lucky that the other resurrection.
He about to be another Budo, bro. Cause once this nigga use Ultra Instinct, bro, he gonna crash out, bro. Ain't no way this mortal could use, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be in disbelief.
Destroyers haven't come knocking on your door like I did, because I'm sure that Cobras, Gardox, Ferrix, and the others would have done the exact same thing. Beerus.
You know what y'all got beef with Beerus, bro?
With Beerus
Damn.
responding, well, if they wish to find me, then they already know where I am, and so
You feel
if
me?
this is what you truly want to do, then we accept as well, and we'll meet you in the 13th to settle this once and for all. Good.
So we're going to the 13th.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear you say, Beerus. And do you want to know what else, you puny god? We should spice things up a bit, since you seem to be so sure of your warriors on beating mine along with me. So how about this? With each warrior that loses their respective rounds, yours or mine, are therefore erased as a result of their failure to win. So how about it,
that's a bit much.
Make my day. With Whis then having to question, tell me something, sister. Does Lord Reno truly intend on destroying his warriors if they end up failing him during this universal contest?
Bro, what's wrong with this
Does he
nigga?
wish to carry out these acts and wishes for Lord Beerus to do the same? With Angel Pinota responding, well, I can assure you that Lord Reno is not bluffing, Whis. His point must be and will be proven no matter the cost, especially if he wishes to best Lord Beerus in every way. Lord Reno has been waiting a very long time to best Lord Beerus in every possible way that he could, after all, Pinota continues. So
it makes sense, though.
Agrees
How he was talking shit about Goku and Mortals, you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna treat his niggas like dog shit.
to Reno's terms if he wishes to not anger him any more than how he already has, Whis. Well, be that as it may, Whis responds, I don't think that Lord Beerus would go as far as to risk any of his best fighters, in case of course they are needed for something much bigger down the road, and well, I would advise against such an idea, but, well, if Lord Reno wishes to do as he chooses while competing against Universe 7's best fighters, then he may do as he just so pleases, sister. But having Lord Reno wipe away his top fighters in case they lose is not something that I would honestly recommend for him to do.
That's what I'm saying.
It was only to the shock and surprise of everyone there where Goku is now shown having to stand back up and having to address Reno by then responding, Wait, Lord Reno, there is more to our universe than you think that there is. And
Goku, how you back, man?
You can't just think that this is all that there is from us, but because even if you're a whole lot stronger than I thought you'd be, I'm not just going to back down, Goku continues.
Yeah, I'm saying, never been no bitch.
I could give you a good fight if you let me, because I still have one more level that I've yet to use that I think would be worth your while. So you're still breathing, Reno responds. Maybe I was wrong about you, mortal. Or maybe I wasn't. And the fact that you still dare speak to me goes to show that I should have smashed you a lot harder than I did. How could you be this foolish as to still want to fight, Saiyan? What makes you
you can't forget up, Goku.
You and those like you from the 7th are any sort of match for me and my universe's top fighters? You are either dumber than I realized, or you and
he's seen Perfected Blue.
So
he's seen Perfected Blue. He knows nigga has divine key. You know what I'm saying? And he's still boasting his universe. You know what I mean? So who he got? in the 13th.
Which one of it is it, mortal? So tread carefully with what comes out of your mouth, Goku. Do not assume anything less of this destroyer, especially if you know what's good for you. You are barely hanging on by a thread, and so don't dig your grave any deeper than it already is, Beerus responds, with Goku then chiming back in. You'd be wrong to think that we here in the 7th are so much weaker than you, Lord Reno, because that couldn't be further from the truth. And if you give me in the 7th a chance to show that to you, then maybe then you'll finally see on how wrong you are about us, with Reno then responding, and what could you possibly offer to show me outside of what you already have that will make any sort of difference? If my universe needs to crush you in order to get to Beerus, then that's exactly what Universe 13 and I are going to do, mortal. Now I ask you once again and for the final time, what could you and your pathetic universe of weaklings have to offer me?
Is he about to go Ultra?
Fight, since I already bested you, then what? Twitch upon Universe 13's destroyer now being sure having to hold Goku up by the shirt was when Reno then went on to continue. You stand before a god of destruction, beaten and broken, and yet you still have the audacity to speak? Need I remind you of who I am, mortal? Now tell me, because in all of my years of being a god of destruction, you are the first to be shown being this persistent even in defeat.
Oh, you don't know, my nigga never been no bitch.
And I want to know why that is, Reno continues.
Get them damn hands off me, bro.
Is it hope or mere stubbornness? This is your last chance to answer. And what I also want to know is what you and Beerus kept blabbing about when you mentioned something about having more power than what you were shown using. Now tell me what that hidden power
Whis, heal me right quick, Whis. Heal me.
Destroy you on the spot.
Moray heal. Karaga.
Actually, Lord Reno, the reason on why I'm telling you to not overlook our universe so quickly is because some of us that are here while at our maximum and full strength can likely go toe-to-toe with gods of destruction, and the power that I was just about to try and draw back out and use against you was the full power of Ultra Instinct.
That nigga like, blasphemy, nigga. Fuck out my face. Blasphemy. Fuck out of here, nigga.
A power that transcends the gods, spoken of and wielded by a mere Saiyan? Nonsense.
You goddamn right.
Don't
Look
make
at
me
him.
Laugh, mortal. Now get out of my face. How dare you disrespect me with such lies, you
Told y'all, bro, in disbelief,
for
man.
you to stand there and watch as he lies like this
Nigga ain't
is
lie.
a shame, with Beerus then responding.
Nigga, I seen that with my own 2 eyes, big dog. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. He not capping when he said that shit. I synced it. I synced it. Nigga, I wanted the haters on the stands, bro. I was hating. I was smiling, but I was hating on the inside.
And what makes you think that he's lying, Reno? The Saiyan is actually telling the truth about what he knows, as sad as that is. If you honestly expect for me to actually believe that this little tiny man has achieved the power of Ultra Instinct, then you've lost your mind. But how are you so sure that I haven't learned how to use Ultra Instinct myself, Beerus? Remember that in our world, power is very relative, and today's so-called unbeatable techniques is tomorrow's ancient history. And if you think that I haven't learned a lot since our time fighting when we did, then you and your universe have another thing coming. So I wonder what would happen if you decided to try and use that again on me, only to find yourself at the mercy of my version of Ultra Instinct. Quite the frightening sight, isn't it, Reno continues?
That is kind of crazy. Oh, Joe. He already look, he built different, bro. If he got Ultra Instinct or his own version of
your reliance on this mortal and his pathetic power will be your ultimate undoing, with Beerus then questioning, wait, say what? What do you mean by how do I know that you haven't learned how to use and wield Ultra Instinct? Surely you're not saying that you have it now, do you? But that can't be. You were just brought back, with Whis chiming in. Well, that would certainly be news to the both of us, but I wouldn't be surprised if another Destroyer had also learned how to use this power, Whis continues, as it most definitely would be a very interesting one to say the least. That's right, Beerus, we may have waged war a long time ago, but I haven't forgotten about the way you fought me. And the only other way that you and your universe will find out is once we start fighting. So you and your pathetic warriors have 24 hours to come up with a plan, because once we start and that bell rings, it's lights out for Universe 7.
Let's go hit the lab.
Chiming in, do make sure to bring your 2 best, since Lord Beerus will be holding the 3rd slot, which brings us to a total of 3. Lord Rino and his 2 warriors of choice against Lord Beerus.
Now who the hell he got though?
Floor, and 1 more partner of your choosing, so I hope you understand.
Bestie.
Responding, well, I guess we're actually going to be going through with this then after all, now are we? Well, fair enough. Getting a 2nd warrior shouldn't be that hard for us here after all, with Goku responding,
yeah, we got options.
Exactly
we got Broly too,
deal,
so
Lord Rino? I'm not lying about my ability to wield and use this power, and I'm not trying to deceive you either, but if you want to still believe that I'm lying to you, then I'll gladly be the first to show you the true extent of what I'm really made of once our universes clash. And so you can doubt me as much as you want and drive me down into the dirt for as many times as you choose, but you'll soon see the undeniable truth once our universe defeats yours, Goku continues. A destroyer like you with power like that is just what I needed to see and experience to finally get me all fired up to fight. And though your grudge is mainly with Lord Beerus and not me, now make sure that the next time we fight that it'll be you who will be going down, with
talk
Rino
your shit.
Oh please, your false promises are just about to make me vomit.
But nah, if this nigga has Ultra Instinct though, bro. Oh my god.
Pinota chimes in. We'll go and gather
Hi,
2
Pinota.
of 13's best as we prepare for what is to come very soon, with Rino responding, yes, now let's. I've proven my point here, and so now we wait. But in the meantime, I'm going to take great pleasure in watching your warriors get torn apart out there, Beerus. You know
Who
what's
he
coming,
got, bro?
so
Cause he
don't
seen
think
this
that
nigga Goku
I've
with Divine
forgotten.
Key, so
You
who he
owe
got?
me, and your debt must be and will be paid.
Cause if he got like another
one way or
Jiren in
another,
his shit
whether
or
you
something, I
lose
don't
your
know.
Strongest warriors in the process or not, it's bound to happen. So try and do your best to prepare, especially if you and I are granted the freedom to finally fight by the Grand Minister. 24 hours is all that remains, so you better make the most out of doing what you can with the little freedom that you have, because I'm going to crush you. So I'll be seeing you real soon, Destroyer. To which upon Pinota and Rino now being shown having to take their leave, it was only just
Like,
as they were
it's
now
been
shown having to do
millions of
so,
years,
Whis went
though.
on to chime in. Oh, and there they
Like,
go,
if
my
Beerus
lord.
loses to this
that was
nigga,
quite
bruh, it's
something
like,
now,
yeah.
wasn't it? And a very unexpected one, to say the least. Oh, I can't believe that they've all been revived, Whis. But how? Beerus went on to then question. Didn't that android ask the dragon to only bring back the destroyed universes that the Omni Kings were shown wiping out during the Tournament of Power only? Also, how are the others back? With Whis responding, well, no, actually. When Android 17 made the wish to restore the universes which the Omni Kings erased, he never really mentioned anything specifically, but rather spoke to the dragon in general and asked to restore all of the universes that were destroyed. And as for you, Whis went on to then continue, well, you should consider yourself very lucky that you aren't destroyed yourself, Goku. That was quite the call that you had there against Lord Rino, so let's patch you up, with Goku then responding, I just can't believe on how tough that destroyer was when I attacked him. It was almost like my attacks were like nothing to him and he just couldn't feel a single thing when I hit him. Well, although it's been a very long time since we've seen Lord Rino, Whis responds, from what I saw, he is still just as durable and just as strong as I remembered him being. And I can already also tell that you're bothered by this, am I right, Goku? Well, what's done is done.
I feel you, Goku, cause you went toe to toe with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Beerus almost destroyed the universe type shit. You know what I mean? And then since then, you obtained the power of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. Kaioken on top of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Which Loki which is another power of the gods, Kaioken. You know what I'm saying? Perfected Blue. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Ultra Instinct. Though you still couldn't use that bitch though. You telling me Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue couldn't do nothing against that nigga? I feel you, Goku. I feel you, bro.
Already have you as one of our lead warriors. Would you happen to know on who you'd like to choose as your ally in this upcoming battle, Goku?
His bestie.
I'm sure you must have a name in mind, don't
His
you?
bestie.
So what's it going to be? With Goku then responding, well, durable is an understatement if we're putting it lightly, and if using Ultra Instinct is what it's going to take to win, then I have to try, but I'm not really sure on who we can go and get because, well, Vegeta said that he'll be going out with his family as well as training in the gravity chamber after him for me to leave him alone. And so
Yo, bestie
really
not coming.
where Piccolo is or what he's up to. Nor
Piccolo?
have I heard anything on Android 17 in a while. And of course, Broly would be a little too risky to bring into all of this.
No, yeah,
really
Ben Broly.
hasn't gotten around to control his powers, so I'm really not sure that we can find. But then it was only just
Don't say Gohan. Don't say Gohan.
to finish his sentence, where Beerus then went on to shout,
Gohan doesn't have him.
"What do you mean
Doesn't
you're
have
not
him.
sure if you'll be able?"
Wait, when this came out? 11 months ago. Super Ben came out, huh? Superhero. When Superhero came out? 2022? Right? 2021? 2022? Something like that. I think Super Ben came out when this came out, when he did this film. So he might get Beast. He might get Beast. I don't know. We'll see.
Able to find someone, Saiyan? Well, go off and find someone, because if we don't,
Bro, why are you crashing out at me, bro?
To fight on our behalf, then we forfeit.
This nigga always crashing out, man.
Running your mouth, you're one to talk because you should have went and used your Ultra Instinct against him, and instead of trying to measure up to him, you idiots.
That's what I'm saying.
Embarrassed me, Goku, and so you better get on it and find someone who will join
Baka.
us, Saiyan. And for the record, you better not even think about
Judo chop.
trying to go out there and look for Frieza either.
Nah, fuck that
This
nigga.
isn't a game, Saiyan. I will not, under any circumstance, find
If
myself
he can't get his
losing to
bestie,
Rino whatsoever. Do
he can't
you
get Broly
understand? Now start
or
thinking
17.
of a plan, with Goku then chiming in.
Gotta be Gohan, y'all.
Ouch, take it easy, would you?
Gotta
Lord
be Gohan.
Beerus? I'm really trying to think about who to find, but I didn't think that it would be that hard just to find another person to join us. Hey, wait a minute, I got it, Goku then went on to shout. And I think I have just the right guy in mind that would definitely
nigga probably
be a
in the
difference
books
maker
right
in this
now.
battle with Reno's universe. So I'll just have to go and pay him a quick visit and see what he's doing and get him to train with me for a little while, and he'll be 100% ready to go against Lord
in the
Reno's
chamber.
best fighters, Goku continues. So I'll be back later with Beerus questioning, "It's Frieza, isn't it? Just say it, Whis. It's
Better not be that
Frieza,
nigga.
isn't it, Saiyan? Who else could you possibly have in mind that would be of use to us?" Well, I honestly don't think that it is Frieza, my lord, but I wouldn't rule Frieza out just yet, especially knowing with the way Goku carries himself, but we'll see. With Goku responding, I'll make sure to be back here within 24 hours as soon as we're done on Earth, and so don't worry. I don't
You better
think
hit the
that he'll
chamber,
say no
man.
to a good fight,
I'm telling you, bro.
especially if it'll
Gohan ain't
motivate him
gonna
to
do
get
shit.
stronger. So in the meantime, I'll see you guys a little later on, to which as Goku was then shown leaving was
What if it's
Beerus went on
Krillin?
to chime
Lord have
back in.
mercy.
Oh, I'm going to destroy him, Whis. It's Frieza. He's going to go and get Frieza. I just know that the idiot is.
I feel you.
Why can't they all just leave me alone instead of coming here? With Whis responding, well, even if he does get Frieza to help us, at least it's someone that we know that can last in a battle though, right, Lord Beerus? Well, I don't like our odds here, especially if that idiot's going to go out there and get someone who doesn't belong. But about Reno, Whis, do you think he's truly done it? Do you believe that he was actually able to somehow find a way to wield Ultra Instinct himself?
We're
Or
gonna
was
find
it
out
all
one way
just
or
a
another,
bluff?
bruh.
With Whis responding,
Sooner or
well,
later,
I really
we
can't
gonna
say
find
for
out.
sure, my lord, but it certainly wouldn't surprise me to see him actually pull it off in battle, but it kind of sounds as though you're nervous. Well, there's only one other way to find out, and so I hope you've kept up with your training. With an angered Beerus chiming back in, are you mocking me, Whis? I'll have you know that I have been keeping up with my training, it's just that you've been a little too busy to even pay attention. And so whether Reno has the ability to use Ultra Instinct or not, I'm not going to allow for that stubborn destroyer to make a fool of me. With
There
Whis
you go.
responding, oh sure you have, Lord Beerus. Sure you have, but whatever comes out of this, just do make sure that you're at least fully prepared in case you were to face Lord Reno again. With Beerus responding, "And
There he
what
is, y'all.
exactly
Gohan.
is that supposed to mean, Whis? I'm ready
What
at
I said,
all
bro. Look at
times,
him, bro.
and
He
so
doing something
will
with his
not
glasses
be
on. Look at him,
beating
bro.
me. To which all the while in the meantime, when then going back to Earth and seeing how Goku was now able to find Gohan was when Goku then went on to chime in.
Gohan.
Yes, I knew you weren't busy. Hey Gohan, it's good to see you. God, what in the world?
I know you wasn't busy. Look like this nigga working right now. Look like he at the job right now, big. What you mean not busy, bro?
Dad? And just what are you doing here? With Goku responding, hey there Gohan, sorry to drop in from out of nowhere like this, but it's kind of a long story, and so me and Lord Beerus kinda need your help with something very important right now, and since, well, we are all basically out of options, you're the only one who doesn't seem to be doing anything, so
that nigga getting his bag right now.
To spare, and by some time, I mean
unless he's studying, then fuck that.
Then that would really be helpful since, well, our universe is in kind of a pickle right now and we kind of need you. But Dad, I'm doing something very important at the moment. I'm actually really busy with work, and so the company is calling for
that nigga working
tomorrow, and I'm currently trying to structure my presentation so that way I can get that promotion that I've been working for. Well,
man, fuck that promotion.
Goku responds, but can that maybe wait for a little? We kind of need a second guy to go up against Universe 13. Universe 13? But aren't there only 12 universes? With Goku responding, well, yes and no. You see, little did any of us know that during the Tournament of Power, when Android 17 went and made the wish to restore the universes that were destroyed by the Omni Kings back to life, that he accidentally kept his wish very vague and ended up restoring the 6 previously destroyed universes that were wiped out millions of years ago. So this really strong Universe 13 destroyer came down onto Beerus's planet, and as a result,
blew your
I
back
fought
out.
him, and well, I lost, but it was only in the moment, and so anyways, I need your help because we're going to be waging a 2 versus 2 universal tournament against the 13th, with both Lord Beerus and Lord Rino as the final boss warriors for us to face. So are you in or what? With Gohan responding, wait, there's going to be a what? Oh, this all sounds like a really bad idea, Dad. And since when did you get off just randomly fighting against other gods of destruction from out of nowhere like that?
At this point, he has to, bro.
Do this, Dad.
Man, fuck that promotion, bro.
If I say no, because this always tends to happen when I least expect for it to happen, and you know how Videl is going to feel if she found out that I missed out on work just to go fight a resurrected destroyer, Dad. So is this really that urgent? With Goku pleading, oh please Gohan, I promise that I'll make it up to you whenever I can.
Man,
but yes,
man,
I think if we decide to sit this one out,
go holla at
it
Bulma,
could
man.
cost us everything, so, and I promise that it won't take long, so please Gohan, you're the only person that I can count on to do this. With Gohan responding, well, after what we just went through with Moro and his gang of thugs a few days ago here, I'm sure as hell not going to risk having something happen to this planet again like that, so, alright Dad, but you'll have to fill me in on all of the details so that way I can make it back in time so I can turn in my report. In which upon with Gohan being shown having to agree when then going back to Beerus's planet was when Whis then went on to ask,
go hit the
something
lab.
troubling you, my lord? You seem a little irritated. With Beerus responding, that's because I am. It wasn't that long ago since the Omni Kings held that Tournament of Power, which ultimately makes me wonder on what those other destroyers are secretly planning. And with Rino mentioning Cobras, Gardox, and Ferrix, you know that there's bad blood between us all, and so I have a bad feeling about
who got
this.
beef, man?
Whis responding,
What happened?
I can understand your frustration after learning of their revival, my lord, but I don't think that you should worry yourself too much and focus on Lord Rino for now. And if the other destroyers were to arrive, then we'll deal with that situation when the time calls for it. But for now, it's best we make sure that this is taken care of before anything else. To which it was only right then and there within that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super
plotting.
story of the resurrected gods of destruction, the Universe 13
Yeah, like hell it is, my nigga. We're going to episode 4. We're doing double videos today. double episodes. Double episodes. Alright. There we go. There we go. Do that. The like button, man. Damn. The calm before the storm. Father and son training. Goku versus Gohan. That's what I'm saying. Hit the chamber, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go hit the lab.
As our story now continues,
Gohan needs
it.
it
Of Goku going out and searching
desperately
for a second ally and joining Team Universe 7 to battle against Team
what
Universe
Vegeta at, bro?
13.
Where your bestie at, man?
Shown having to address a very concerned Beerus, it was only upon with Whis now being shown doing so where Whis went on to then respond. Now I know what you might say, Lord Beerus. However, I would encourage for you to start training a bit more, and especially now that the
Go hit the pyramid,
nigga. And their universes have been restored and brought back into existence following the Tournament of Power. But of course, that is your call to make after all. And so I do think that it would be for the better, especially if something were to happen to our fighters if they failed to win against Lord Rino's selected warriors after all, with Beerus then chiming in. And why exactly is that, Whis? Is it because you don't think that I have what it takes to beat that annoying god of destruction in a one-on-one fight? I'll just say it, Whis, and for the record, in case I want to start training again, then it's not because of those destroyers having to return, but rather because I wanted to, you hear me? And so let's just wait and see who that Saiyan will choose before we start doing anything around here, Whis. And so until then, we will wait, to which all the while when venturing back on over to Earth, we only from that point then go as far as to see how Goku and Gohan had met up with Dende, as Goku then went on to respond, "Oh, it's so good to see you again, Dende, and I can't thank you enough for letting me and Gohan borrow and use the time chamber for a little while, so I promise that we won't take too long in there," Goku continues. "We just have a few things to touch up on before we head out and battle against Universe 13's warriors, including their god of destruction, and so we aren't going to take long in there, I promise," with Dende responding, "Well, sure thing, Goku, but I hope you know what you're doing, because fighting against another universe's god of destruction, along with two of his top-tier fighters, doesn't sound like it's going
who he
to be
got
any
though?
fun.
Who the hell he about to pick, bro? Who we about to see?
Two of you, and so you guys can go and use the time chamber for as long as you see fit. Well, even though you only have but a few hours remaining after all, but I hope that you are both able to get the most out of it," with Goku then responding, "Oh, you bet. Thank you so much, Dende.
What do you mean a few
I
hours?
promise that me and Gohan aren't going to destroy the chamber from the inside, but with the few hours that we do have, we're going to try to make the most of it, so thank you," with Gohan chiming in, "You can count on us, Dende, so
few hours,
don't
man. We got
worry."
24.
Oh,
What you talking about?
gosh,
At
can you
least
believe that
23.
It's been years since you and I were last seen walking inside of this place to train, Dad. It almost feels like an eternity since the days when you trained me to battle against Cell, and now look at us.
The good
Goku
times.
Responding, "It sure has, Gohan. It almost feels like it happened yesterday, but either way, I need you at your very best while inside with me and nothing less, especially since it's been a while since you and I actually trained together for something." "Well, whatever you're planning on doing in there, Dad, I'll be ready," Gohan responds. "I may be just a tad bit rusty, but that won't be an issue for much longer."
Hearing that come out his mouth pisses
And
me off every
besides,
single
I
time.
can't allow for myself to remain in your shadow forever, right,
There you go.
Dad? So maybe this could be the beginning of something special that will come out of our training, Gohan continues. "You always said that
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Ever since this is years ago, bro. Like the Blue Tanks. Ever since Blue Tanks whooped this nigga ass, bro. That fight hurts me the most. I get so depressed and sad seeing my nigga get bitched out like that, bro. Like after that fight with Blue Tanks, I Gohan, you should have been in the lab every day since, bro. Every day since, bro. On me, bro. Cause that nigga sunned your ass. Oh my god, bro.
Enough time, and if I had my head in the game, that I'd probably be the strongest warrior among all of us, right? So maybe this could be the start of something.
That's what I'm
great,
saying.
Gohan says,
That's
with
what I'm
Goku chiming
saying.
in, "Well, you know I've always encouraged for you to go out there and never stop training, right, Gohan? So I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be able to achieve something special one day, and I can't wait to see it. And let's just hope that those Universe 13 fighters that Lord Rino is going to bring aren't going to be anything like Jiren was when I fought him during the Tournament of Power, or we'll be in big trouble," with Gohan responding, "Well, actually, speaking of, have you and Vegeta ever heard from Jiren ever again since the tournament ended? And I'd assume that he'd want his rematch, since I'm sure he's gotten much, much stronger since then, right? Or did it already happen?" with Goku responding, "Actually, come to think of it, we haven't heard from Jiren since, but I'm sure that he's gotten way stronger too, but first let's worry about this new destroyer, and then we'll worry about everything everything else afterwards, to which then they went on to chime in, well, I hope you guys do all that you can do in here. I set the timer for approximately 6 hours, and so I wish you both well. No,
this skill is 12.
To go too hard on Gohan there,
6.
Goku. He's still a little
What they say
fresh
6
after
was in
all,
that
but
bitch?
I'll leave you both to it, to which Gohan
Is
then
that like 3
surprisingly
months?
went on to chime in. As a matter of fact, I do hope that you go all out against me here, Dad. And I didn't come here to be lectured by you, Gohan continues. And I'm honestly starting to get a little tired here with the way you and Vegeta are starting to look at me, and so if you're going to go all in, then so.
What you mean by that, bro? You did it to yourself, big dog. You supposed to be the big 3, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So will I, Dad, with Goku questioning, wait, so you don't want us to start from the bottom, but want me to go all out with you? With Gohan responding, Dad, I've seen your power reach incredible heights, the likes of which I couldn't even dream of. And because of how far you've pushed yourself into becoming who you are today, then I too want to push myself beyond anything that I could have ever have imagined too, Gohan says. So please use your absolute strongest levels of power against me. And I don't want to just follow in your footsteps, Dad. I want to be able to walk beside you and Vegeta as an equal one day, and I want to get there by carving my own path in life to do it.
Okay.
So please use everything you've got, just like when you did when you trained me when I was a little boy to fight Perfect Cell, Gohan continues. Our battles have shaped me into who I am today, and so let's make this training session the most memorable one yet. And that's by using your full power against me while I use my full power against you. So what do you say? You ready? Oh man, you're actually very serious, aren't you, Gohan? I haven't seen you this fired up in a very long time, but you
That's
do
good. That's a good thing.
Because I'm not here to lecture you or to put you down in any kind of way, but you do make a very strong point, and so now come on then and show me what you're all about, Gohan. And I always knew that if you put your mind into your training that nobody would ever come close in touching you. Me and Vegeta never looked down on you as being someone who could never reach our godly levels of power, but if there's one thing that I will say, it's that whenever you are at your most serious is when you are at your most dangerous, Gohan. So let's have at it and get started. To which as Gohan and Goku are now shown dashing towards each other, it was only just before the two were then shown having to clash where Gohan then went on to respond, you always said that a warrior's greatest obstacle was going to be himself, but since you're standing in the way of me getting to where I'd like to be, then it's time for me to move you out of my way, Dad. To where within that very moment as Gohan was shown having to throw a punch with Goku being shown having to duck on under before blocking off Gohan's kick was when Goku went on to respond, well, that's fine by me if you think that you can move me, Gohan. And if you think you're ready to take me on at my best, then I want you to prove it to me. With Gohan then responding, also, is that how you truly feel? You don't think that I truly can? Well, you should know better than anyone to never underestimate my potential or back me into a corner, Dad. In which from out of nowhere, the moment Gohan was then shown having to uppercut
show me some. Ooh, right in the sternum.
Gohan then went on to continue, and you should also remember that if anyone knows you and knows how you are and when you're taking things seriously, then you should look no further than your own son. And so if we're going to fight these guys, then I'll need you to come at me with everything you have, just like I asked for you to do, Dad. If anything less, then you'd only be wasting my time in here, Gohan continues. So you're all out of options but to come at me with everything you've got. Goku went on to say to himself, oh darn, I didn't think that Gohan would have taken this as seriously as he's putting out right now. Oh, and if I'm not careful, then he'll send me crashing through the chamber door. Well, I guess I'm left with no other choice, especially if this is how Gohan plans to train with me in here. To which as Goku is now having to land back on his feet, it had only now become painfully
go
clear
a little
that
bit deeper.
Gohan had meant business
in the chamber, fam.
to continue. Oh, I gotta make sure that I don't break through the door, and there we go. Phew, oh, that was close. With Gohan then responding, so do I have your attention now or what, Dad? The last time you and I trained like this was before the Tournament of Power started when I fought your Super Saiyan Blue form. And believe it or not, since that time, I've managed to strengthen my Ultimate form and reaching new heights with its power, Gohan continues.
Oh, really?
If I'll need to force you into using Ultra Instinct Instinct against me, then that's exactly what I'm going to do.
You want to fight Ultra Instinct, B? Okay.
You're actually a lot stronger than I thought you'd be, Gohan. And I can also now see that Universe 13 is going to have a much tougher fight on their hands than they realize, especially if that's how you're going into this. But what makes you think that I'll need to use my Ultra Instinct against you to win, Goku questions? I think Super Saiyan Blue ought to be enough to get the job done here. As an agitated Gohan went on to respond, what did you just say? Fine, then
you about to crash. What you
say?
say?
How you want to play, then I'll just have to beat you down into forcing you to use your Ultra Instinct against me, Gohan then went on to power up by shouting, it's all or nothing and I'm not backing down, Dad. So if you don't think that you'll need to draw that power out against me, then I'll just have to force your hand to do it. Wow, how amazing, Goku went on to chime back in. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't impressed by what I see, Gohan. Now, our battles with Moro and his gang of thugs along with that OG-73 android you fought had really given you a massive boost, didn't it? It did, but I'm not going to ask you again, Gohan responds. And so if you expect for us to win against Universe 13, then I want you to hit me with your best so that way I can continue to evolve, to which as Goku was
there you go, that's the spirit, Gohan, I like that.
It had only now seemed as though Goku was very hesitant in using Ultra Instinct against Gohan, as Goku then went on to respond, fine by me then, Gohan, but if you're looking for me to use Ultra Instinct against you, then why don't you make me use it then? Come at me, to which as Gohan was now shown Goku then went on to say to himself, amazing, Gohan's gotten so strong since the last time I've trained with him that the difference in his power compared to before is like night and day. Oh, and so I've got to watch the way I move around him because he's fast. To which seconds later, with Gohan being shown having to miss one of his punches, with Goku being shown getting behind Gohan, was when Goku went on to continue, and I would never doubt your ability in any battle that you'd ever find yourself in, Gohan, but I'm not one who's just going to give you my all without making you work for it first. And so if you say that you want to evolve your power in ways that are different than me and Vegeta, then you better start trying to do it fast, because if you fall short, even if it's for a second, in becoming the strongest that you can possibly be, then how will you protect your family if you fail to reach that point, Gohan? And so if we're going to battle Universe 13's God of Destruction and his fighters, but then it was only shockingly enough before Goku could even go as far as to finish his sentence, where Gohan was shown having to grab onto Goku's arm by then responding, no, Dad, that's where you're wrong, because I would never allow for anything to ever happen to my family, no matter what. And so how
there you go.
Expect
just bring up Pan. He'll lock in.
To continue to hold back like this, Gohan then went on to question. Oh, get it together, Dad. I told you that I'm a lot stronger than how you remembered me being, and I also said that you'll need more than just Super Saiyan Blue if you want me to do this. And so we're not doing this so we can enter into this event and lose, Gohan then went on to continue. And if you want me at my best out there, then give me your best.
All right, then.
Now this is going
be
to
careful
be
what you wish for.
Time that I tell you, and
be careful what you wish for,
again. Either draw forth your strongest level of power, or I'm going to beat you into the ground. And so it's now or never. Now show me your Ultra Instinct. As Goku then went on to say to himself, fine, so be it, Gohan. I hope you're ready. To which upon Gohan now being shown missing one of his strikes was when Gohan then went on to shout, you aren't going anywhere because now I've got you. You aren't going to win.
You ain't got shit but a dream now, big dog.
He just completely disappeared, but that couldn't have been Dad's instant transmission technique because I didn't even see his body move. Oh, but where is he and what is he planning? But then it was only just as Gohan was.
But is he an Omen or Master though?
From the distance, where Gohan then went on to continue. And what's that over there? A surge of light? And if that's what I think it is, then it looks like Dad's finally looking to go all out against me by using his Ultra Instincts. To which all the while, in the meantime, when then venturing on over into Universe 13 and taking a look at seeing what God of Destruction Rino was up to, it was only just as an annoyed Rino was waiting for this event to actually begin was when Rino
think he's Thanos is sitting out in the middle of space.
Informed that we're two mortal warriors of the coming event that will be taking place tomorrow, Pinota. And I trust that they are doing what they must in order to prepare for tomorrow's event. So are we all ready to go or not? With Angel Pinota responding, indeed they have, and they are, as a matter of fact, Lord Rino. And with the way we've seen you demonstrate a small portion of your power against Universe 7's Goku, I don't think there is much for you to worry about. You of course did see how Lord Beerus had looked at you the moment we've arrived, didn't you? He's clearly afraid, my lord, and with our 2 warriors training to prepare to fight in your honor, Beerus's team doesn't have a chance, with Reno responding, excellent.
Shit.
Beerus and his disgraceful universe of degenerates are doomed.
Damn.
Especially if we are both given the permission that we need to fight against one another. I've longed to settle the score with that lousy, no-good destroyer. Beerus always had an ego about him that I never truly liked about him.
And you don't?
Thought that he was the best among our kind until I had proven him wrong in battle. And as the dust settled after each confrontation against Lord Beerus, I stood victorious, confident in my position as being the mightiest god of destruction between us. Beerus and I once stood as equals until I found a way to surpass him, and you should remember that moment because it was the day where Beerus's worst nightmares had been realized. The day when I stood over him as the strongest god before we had all been erased. And after all these years, now we will once again find out on who is the best among our title holders, Reno continues.
See, I'm curious to see, okay, they got brought back. Does the Grand Prix and the Omni Kings know? You know what I'm saying? If they do know, they'll be like, fuck it, they're back, fuck it. Let it be. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be like, you know what, fuck that. No, squish again, you know what I mean? That'd be messed up.
And after all of these years, I couldn't believe on how weak he's gotten since the days of our great and mighty battles. Beerus is no different than his ridiculous brother, Lord Champa.
No, Champa is worse.
Was the stuff of legends, but now it's time to put an end to it and determine who truly reigns supreme between us as being the stronger destroyer. And I am willing to bet that Beerus hasn't done any real training with Whis in thousands of years, Reno continues. And I can tell because I don't sense that same fire that I felt burning within his soul all of those years ago. And if he's gotten soft over the decades, then that'll be his greatest downfall, especially when
I kind of
we
feel you
fight
on that,
again,
low-key, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I can guarantee.
I don't like your ass, but I feel you on that.
Understand that I will always be the stronger of the two. That my power is unmatched and goes far beyond what he could ever hope to achieve against me, and that is in my nature after all. And so I don't plan on ever losing to Beerus in a duel ever again. Beerus may have enjoyed his reign in my absence, Reno continues, but it's time for him to step aside and acknowledge my supremacy, especially now that I am back and in full control of my universe. He could have his silly little Ultra Instinct, even though he was shown barely able to use it in battle against me before, because I have something even better over him, and that's raw power. Power that he experienced firsthand for himself to know that his Ultra Instinct isn't going to
he
do
like
against,
that person, just raw power, bro.
Ever be envious of.
Raw,
and so it's
untapped
only
power.
going to be a matter of time. He was once
Look at him, bro. Look at him.
A very formidable adversary among us destroyers, but now look, he's grown frail and too comfortable for him to see the threat that I am and always was, but he'll soon see, Reno continues. It's a good thing that I got to him before the others did, because if the other resurrected destroyers want some, then they could get some too, just like Beerus once did. And I also hear that he screwed up a game of hide-and-go-seek with the other gods of destruction, and so how typical of Beerus to make enemies along the way, but they'll all have to wait in line, and that line starts behind me. And for his sake, he better pray that the Grand Minister declines our request, especially if he wishes not to get embarrassed like how I've embarrassed him in battle
fuck that. He better improve. He better approve that request.
Beerus, I don't need to train to prepare for him, for I have grown much more powerful in my absence, and I am ready to demonstrate the depths of my newly found strength against him and his silly
nigga. How? Nigga, you was erased.
I am the toughest destroyer among all those who currently hold the title of God, and I will prove it by besting the so-called strongest destroyer of them all for starters. The other revived gods can wait their turn, because now that I have Beerus's attention, I will make sure and stop at nothing to to break that weakling down just like I did before.
I want to see it.
Only right then and there. Now,
I want to see it.
Where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 13 Saga Manga Chapter number 4 special, then comes to a close. Now, before anything else, I do want to go on ahead now and shed more information and give you guys a bit more
That nigga is devious. Look at that nigga, bro.
Not only for the current timeline placement of this story, to which, as of course you guys can see on your screen, I've gone as far as to clarify all of this information up before, even after the story of the top 5 strongest.
The fuck? Oh, superhero. Okay, so this This is after. Okay, damn. So 3 days after Moro. Then I guess when we get to Universe 14, it's gonna be 2 days after Granola. So Ultra Ego, we're gonna see some Ultra Ego action. This bitch. You know what I'm saying? Then the Universe 15 Saga, 1 day after superhero arc. The hell did I end again? Was that? So this was 11 months ago, right? Was that 11 months ago? Am I tripping? No. That was earlier this year when the superhero arc ended, right? Right. And then I gotta go see. Then we got Universe 16. You know what I'm saying? After. You know what I'm saying? Legendary God Saga. What the fuck? Oh shit, we got phases. Oh Lord have mercy. Damn. The thing is, this is not even done yet, low key. It's still this manga still going on. Woo-wee. I'm here for the ride. This nigga Reno talking head though. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I feel like he can back it up though, which is crazy. I feel like he ain't talking shit just to talk shit. I feel like he can back it up. So I feel like even Goku Ultra Instinct, I don't know if it's still gonna, you know, hold his own against this nigga, but we'll see. We will see. Dang, I can't wait till we get to after Granola though, cause my boy Vegeta don't get his Ultra Ego. You know what I'm saying? But then we got Black Freeze in the cut too. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, hit the video up with a like, comment down below, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Roll to 3K, so you're not subscribe. Hit the bell. Up on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel. Stick in the description down below. Or subscribe to Alex. Get brought to 2 million. But anyway, love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.